Lyons ReadyCare introduces Purely Amazing, eye-appealing meals for improved meal consumption with Puree Food Enhancer. Dysphagia impacts residents physically as well as emotionally, affecting their quality of life, their food intake, and ultimately their health outcomes. It is vitally important that puree foods be as attractive and tasty as possible. With Lyons ReadyCare Puree Food Enhancer, we can help you make puree meals that are easy, nutritious, and attractive. Puree Food Enhancer mixes easily with puree meats and vegetables to provide a soft, quiche-like texture once cooked. At serving time, the cooked meat or vegetable can be easily sliced or shaped for a variety of plate presentations. Cooking puree foods with Puree Food Enhancer is simple. Let's begin with puree meats. When pureeing meats, start with pre-cooked meat and weigh out the desired number of portions. Following the instructions on the container, process the meat in a food processor to a very fine consistency. Gradually add the required amount of hot liquid and process to a smooth consistency. Use broth or cooking liquid for best flavor. Add ReadyCare Puree Food Enhancer and process until well blended. Spray the pan size required with food release and then pour the puree mixture into the pan. Cover lightly with plastic wrap, then foil. Cook or steam according to the time and temperature recommended, and an internal temperature of 165 degrees Fahrenheit is reached. After removing from the oven, allow to stand for 10 to 15 minutes prior to cutting and serving. Be sure to follow safe food handling guidelines for reheating and holding prior to service. Create a variety of attractive meals by varying the pan or the way the cooked meat is cut. For example, bake puree meat in a loaf pan and slice for a plate of meatloaf. Bake in a pie or cake pan and then slice into wedges for a quiche-like appearance. Or use muffin tins for individual soufflés or meat pies. Cut the cooked puree meat with Puree Food Enhancer into cubes and garnish with gravy to serve as stew. Puree fish with Puree Food Enhancer can be plated and garnished attractively to look like a piece of fish. In addition to improving the shape and texture, Puree Food Enhancer adds extra protein and enhances the flavor. Now, let's make some puree vegetables with Lyons ReadyCare Puree Food Enhancer. Start with cooked, well-drained vegetables. Measure out the desired number of half-cup portions. Place the vegetables in a food processor and process until smooth. Spray the pan size required with food release and pour the vegetable mixture into the pan. Cover with plastic wrap and then foil. Cook according to the time and temperature recommended and until an internal temperature of 165 degrees Fahrenheit is reached. To add visual appeal, cut a single portion into squares, cubes, or triangles. For mixed vegetables, cut 2 or 3 vegetables into cubes and plate as shown here. Garnish vegetables with a sauce to add color and flavor. Try drizzling Lyons Cinnamon Designer Dessert Sauce over puree carrots. You can also process 2 vegetables or meat and a vegetable separately and then layer them in a pan for a beautiful layered slice or square. Your options are endless in serving nutritious, attractive meals. We hope these tips will help you create simple and cost-effective puree meals that please the eye as well as the palate. Give your residents with dysphagia the very best nutrition care with Lyons ReadyCare Puree Food Enhancer for purely amazing results every time.